Hello everybody, it's Ashley and I'm here to show you the August Unbridled Faith box. This was my favorite box so far. Each time I put together a box, I try to outdo the last one. So I'm super excited about this one. I got a lot of good feedback from all of y'all. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into the unboxing. I'm going to put my phone right here, so give me just a second. Hey Kathy! And I've got my dog here with me. He's going to help. He's not going to help. Okay. So this was, like I said, this is probably my favorite box to date. I just love this box. And I love the theme of it and just everything. I feel like God always gives me such a good theme for the month. And so I give him the credit for this. But anyway, here's your box. It usually comes in a pink. It's always pink, right? Sometimes you get the lighter pink, which is a bigger box, and sometimes you get the darker pink, which is a smaller box. Just depends on what I got to put in it. Okay, so I had a cute little, now I don't on this one, but I had a cute little anchor sticker because our theme this month was nautical, okay? And I'm going to read to you about, why it was nautical. And the other spiritual theme behind it as well, or the biblical theme behind it. All right, so we open it up. We undo our cute sticker that I don't have right here. And you always have your insert, which tells you what's in the box. I'm going to read through this in a little bit. You always have the pictures inside and then the description and then our logo on the back. So let me start with... And I'm going to do this unboxing a little bit differently. I'm going to show you everything in it, and then I'm going to read to you the descriptions, okay? So the first thing, and this was, my favorite thing. I think my favorite thing. I don't know. It's a tie between two things. But this is a kimono, and it's perfect. I thought it was perfect for transitioning into fall, but it's also great to transition into spring. So this is kind of, I guess maybe you don't wear this in the winter, but you could wear it in the summer as a bathing suit cover up. You could wear it in the fall as a transition, like with tank tops or long sleeves. You can wear it in the spring when you're transitioning from the cold months to the more cooler months, and it's just, I think, kind of the perfect color. That's what I was thinking of when I got it. I'm like, this color is good for all seasons. Okay, so a little bit like summer, like color of the waves, but transitioning into fall with that teal kind of color. And then, of course, spring, it's got that the spring vibe to it. Anyway, let me put it on. And I just love it. It's so fun. But my favorite thing about it, of course, are the sequins on the arm right here. So on each arm, there's sequins. And it goes all the way down. It's so cute. I just love it. And then I also love the bohemian kind of boho flare at the bottom where it's the fringed edge. I thought that was so pretty. Anyway, there's lots of ways you can wear this. I know this is... our boxes are not all about fashion necessarily, but I'm going to show you a few things that I've liked about this. So I'm wearing shorts, but that's just what I had on today. I had to change my top so it would look right with this. But it comes to just below your knee. I don't know if you can see that on me from where I'm standing. But it has these side slits, which I think is really pretty. It makes it flowy. And it is see-through. I mean, you can see my tank top through there. But because of the side slits, you can take the front and tie it. And that gives it a different look. And so I thought that was really cool. And you can also, I think I did it away. Let me see. What did I do the other day? I was playing around with it. I think I wrapped it. I think it's possible to do it this way. Hold on just a minute. I think I wrapped it around like this. That's another way you could wear it. You could cover up or you could open it up. So that's another one. And then I feel like I had a fourth way. I don't know. You guys can play with it. But I think I played around enough with this thing that I felt like I could make it short. Well, this is bringing it from the back to the front and tying it. You could do that too. I'm trying to look at myself in the... There's like 100 ways to wear this thing, and then it's short in the back. But anyway, I thought this was just the prettiest kimono that I had seen in a long time. And it's so lightweight. It's just perfect. So, actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and read the description of the kimono. Okay? I'm just going to do this in order like I normally do. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Hey, Catherine. So, Kathy and Catherine, can y'all hear me? Okay, I want to make sure that you can. Maybe I'll turn my volume up too. Hold on, everybody. You might see my thumb, because I'm kind of moving away from, I'm not as close as I normally am. All right, so let's read about this. The open weave sequin border kimono. As summer's golden hues fade, a season of tranquility descends upon us. It's time to embrace stillness, a moment to replenish our souls. Like a soft, comforting kimono, God's grace envelops us, lifting life's burdens and inviting us to focus on what truly matters, simplicity and excellence. And so if you're starting to notice, we do have a nautical theme. It's the end of summer theme, but also there's a theme of peace and tranquility throughout this, and it's God's peace and God's tranquility. And that's the biblical theme for the month. And so I like the kimono, that last sentence about it being, or embracing what truly matters, simplicity and excellence. Kimonos are traditionally very well made, and they're simple. And so I think sometimes in life, we know it's the quality and not the quantity that counts. A lot of times it's the quality of time that we're spending with people, that we're spending with the Lord. And the quantity matters too, is in terms of spending time with the Lord. But if we're spending time with the Lord every day, but it's not quality time, like we're not really listening to him, then we're missing out, right? Okay, so again, everybody says they can hear, so that's great. Okay, so that's why the kimono is in your box. All right, I'm just going to leave it on while I go through the other things. So the next thing in your box, let me see where my dog went. Oh, there you are. Okay, so the next thing in the box, which is very nautical as well, is this cute little, it's kind of like an all-purpose, it could be a purse or a carry-all bag with a zipper. And the other thing I like about this is it's lined on the inside, so if something spills, it's not going to leak out and stain the outside. So you can put things in here that might spill. And I don't know about y'all, but my stuff seems to spill. So, I mean, this could be, I mean, you could use this as a wristlet, as a purse, or you could use it as to pack some of your luggage stuff in, or to put into your purse, or put in a backpack, or a brief. I don't know if people carry briefcases, but you know what I'm talking about, like a big purse with stuff in it. You could put art supplies in here. I mean, cosmetics, whatever you want to. But I just thought it was really pretty, and had that nautical theme. So it's got the natural material here, and then of course these stripes, which is very nautical looking. And then this is a faux leather strap. So I'm going to read to you about this. All right. So the striped canvas wristlet clutch, like the steady rhythm of the stripes on this wristlet, God's love is consistent. Just as the horizontal lines symbolize tranquility and stillness, there's that tranquility again, may God's peace envelope you completely this season. So, you know, there's a season for everything, and there are seasons for tranquility and peace and rest. And so this is my hope for all of you as you recover from relationship trauma, that you have these seasons of tranquility and peace. And truly, horizontal lines represent tranquility. So when I knew I was going to get something like this, I was looking for horizontal lines. The cutest thing with horizontal lines on it that looked nautical. So there is a method to my madness when I put all this together. All right, so that's the wristlet. Okay, the next thing, I'm actually wearing it, so I'm going to pick the phone up and just show you my neck. Let's see if we get a good, maybe that's a good angle. Okay, well, anyway, y'all can see it. It's a pearl, it's a beaded pearl necklace, and I'm going to read to you about that. And now, this necklace is adjustable, but it is meant to be worn short. But it can, I think I'm wearing it, it can go out maybe another inch. I just happen to be wearing it a little closer up on my neck instead of down. So this was one of my favorite pieces too. It was kind of a toss up between this and the kimono, but I just love the pearl, the asymmetry of the pearl. Okay, stone beaded pearl necklace. Like the stones of the riverbed, smooth and polished by the hand of time, this necklace bears witness to the enduring nature of faith. Each stone a testament to the trials that have shaped and refined us, and a reflection of the steadfast heart that preserves. And I feel like we're all pearls. You know, pearls are made through grit. So when we have grit and we get pushed up and rubbed up on and shoved around, it forms a beautiful pearl. And that's really what God's doing with us on earth. I mean, we're going to have suffering and pain and trials and that kind of thing. It's not that he's causing it. It's just the world we live in. But he will use it for our good, and he will use it to build our character. All right, where was I on here? These stones find their complement in the luminous pearl, the hidden treasure within an oyster, symbolizing purity and grace, and a testament to the beauty that can arise from life's challenges. Together they form a tapestry of faith, a tangible reminder of God's work in our lives, transforming adversity into elegance and trials into triumph. I just love it. And I love what it stands for. Okay, so I knew I was gonna, again, it's into summer, nautical theme. Pearl is nautical because it's in an oyster. So you can kind of see how everything's tying together. All right, and it has to do with strength and the strength that comes from God's power in us. Okay, next up is, now some of you, let me get this out. So of course we always have our workbook in our box, unless we don't. And if we don't, then we have a special item. Now, so let me explain this, because some of you, I did not explain this well, and I want to make sure that everybody understands. So every month, you're going to get a new workbook, and the workbook is going to build, each workbook builds on the lessons learned in the previous workbook, okay? So for those of you who started in Unbridled Faith, when we started back in February, you are now on workbook 6, okay? And other people who have come in along the way, you're on workbook 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. But before you get workbook 6, when you get to the 6th month in your subscription, for some of you, not all of you, okay? Now just hear me out on this. And I did it wrong. I'm not going to repeat this again. But last month, everybody, I think it was last month. Was that right? Not August, but July. Okay. Yeah, in July, everybody that had started in February got this book, The Healing Names of Jesus, okay? So everybody that was signed up for the Unbridled Faith box subscription in July will get this book in their 6th month, okay? Now, if you signed up after July 14th, you will not get this book. I'm sorry. But don't worry. There's going to be other great things. So I did that for a couple of reasons. I wanted you to have this book before you got workbook 6, because in workbook 6 we go through the healing names of Jesus, okay? It's just a little bit more, it's just complimentary to this book, okay? That's why I did it. But I also gave you this book because I know that y'all are behind in your workbooks. There's probably not one of you that is caught up and on this very day, at the very day that, you know, in your workbook and you're caught up. I know that's true because I wouldn't be there. And if you are, great. That's wonderful, but you don't have to be, okay? So I wanted to give y'all an opportunity to catch up by giving you a book that you could read anytime, okay? So that was my method. That was my thought process. Now, what I realized is it's really hard for me to keep up with when everybody started and when they're supposed to get this book. But I figured it out. And if you signed up for the Unbridled Faith box before July 14th, okay, in your 6th month, you will get this book. But after that, if you sign up after, like July 15th, you won't get this book, but you will get workbook 6 in the 6th month, okay? So you will get other things. Don't worry, okay? It's just I only purchased enough of these for all the people who had signed up. Now here's the deal. I have gotten smarter since I did that this time, and I have a new way of doing this. So I'll tell you about that in a minute. Let's work through this box though before I go off on a tangent. All right, so in your 6th, like I said, at some point, some of you are going to get this book, okay? And then the following month, which would actually be your 7th month, you will get workbook 6, okay? But do not worry. No matter when you signed up, you're going to get all the workbooks. You're always going to get all these workbooks, all right? So don't worry about being afraid that you're not going to get your workbooks and be able to go through the program. You're definitely going to get that. Every once in a while, I put in a little fun thing. All right. So that is that. And then the last thing was just something kind of cute that I wanted to put in your bag that was nautical. Let me zoom in on that. So this is a cute little plastic bag with anchors on it, and there's a sticker in there. I don't know if that's a sticker or not. I think it's just I don't think it's a sticker, but it came with the bag. So there's an anchor in there, and then there's mints, you know, like little breath mints that have anchors on them. So this was just a fun thing so I could tie in the anchor theme, which is on your brochure, okay? So, or your insert, your brochure. I don't know what you call it. So let me read to you about the anchor candies. Just as butter mints offer a moment of calm and refreshment, our souls find solace and strength when anchored to God. So true. As the Bible states in Hebrews 6:19, we have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. I love that verse. I'm going to read it again. Hebrews 6:19. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. This divine connection provides stability in life's storms, much like an anchor keeps a ship steady in turbulent waters. Rooted in God's love, we find unwavering peace and purpose, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with confidence and resilience. So that is your box. I love it. Now, sometimes, I'm going to pick this up a little bit so I can see y'all a little bit better. Sometimes you get more things in your box, okay? So these are some bigger priced items. So I have a budget, right, when I order things for your box. And the kimono and the necklace were kind of the high-end budget items in your box, okay? So I spent more on those items than I normally would on any one item. And so that's why you have 3 kind of major things in your box. Of course, your workbook, which is the major thing, and then this little fun thing. But there have been other boxes where you might have 5 or 6 things, but they're not all like major pieces. I'm kind of leaning toward, in the future, moving more toward the bigger value item pieces, because I think the quality is really good, right? And so just to give you a sneak peek for what's next month, September. There's a fun theme for September too. Y'all can probably guess what it is. But there is a big, fun, like value item in there that you're going to love. And then there are some other ones that you're also going to love, and they have a lot of value too. So, but again, it's more of the like 3 or 4 pieces that are like really cool kind of a thing. But they all tie together. So my whole goal is not to send you a box of stuff. Anybody can send you a box of stuff. Everything, I know y'all can tell, everything in the box is handpicked by me. There is a purpose for it, and I'm writing about the purpose here. Like when I pick something out, I already have in mind what I want it to represent, or I have in mind what I want to communicate and encourage y'all with, like a word or a phrase, and then I think what item can communicate that the best. So that's how I do it. It is all based around the theme for the month. And of course, this month was resting in Christ and having tranquility and solace and comfort, and then being anchored to Him. Like all those biblical themes were part of this nautical end of summer overarching theme. Okay, so just a little behind the scenes on how I do things and why I'm doing them and my thought process for putting all that together. So since I've moved ahead a little bit with giving you a glimpse of what's coming next month, let me keep going down that track for a minute. So next month is an amazing, I keep trying to outdo myself, and I love that box. And actually some of the things in that box are going to look real good with some of the things in this box. So that's another thing I'm doing, is trying to tie it all together. But next month's box, and here's where I learned a little bit of a lesson. Everybody who is signed up is going to get, you're not going to get workbook number 7 yet. Okay, so if you're on, if you just finished workbook 6, or you're supposed to get workbook 7, you're not going to get it next month. If you're on workbook 2 and you're supposed to get workbook 3 next month, you're not going to get it. If you're on workbook 1 and you're supposed to get workbook 2 next month, you're not going to get it, because you're going to get something better. No, I'm just kidding. You're going to get something just as good. It's a special item similar to the book that I just showed you, The Healing Names of Jesus. But I want you to have it now, and you'll see why when you get it, okay? It'll make sense for the theme of the box, and I promise you'll love it. You will absolutely love it. And then the next month, you will resume your workbook, okay? So I just want y'all to know it's a special item, and the reason why I did it that way, instead of having y'all wait like I did with this book if you weren't on month 6, is because I wanted everybody to have the same thing at one time, and B, I didn't want to keep up with who had what, because that was really challenging, and I don't want to forget it. You know, I don't want you to get to the month where you're supposed to have this book and then I'm like forgetting it and giving you your workbook instead of that, and then you're missing out. So you're gonna like it, and it's gonna tie right in to wherever you are in your workbook. And remember, I'll do this every once in a while. Maybe not as close in time as I did recently, but I'll do this every once in a while because I want you to have time to catch up on your workbook, okay? Because you can, the new thing that I'm giving you, and it is a book or like a devotion or something like that, you can look at that anytime. And those are short and sweet, right? But your workbook, you got to put some energy into. You need to take some time each day. If you have 20 minutes a day or 15 minutes, take some time to put into it and put some thought into it throughout the day. So I want to give you an opportunity to catch up, and I don't want anybody to feel bad because they're not caught up or they're so far behind in their workbooks. Don't worry about it. Wherever you are is where you need to be. Okay, you will have the workbooks and you'll work through them at your pace. But the great news is you'll have them. Okay, and then when you need them, when you finish one, you can go to the next one. You'll have it in your box. So that is a new thing that I learned that I thought was probably a better process. So hopefully that will work for all of you. I think it will. I've prayed about it, and it seems to be, when we're on our Zoom calls, everybody's told me they're behind, and I thought I knew that was going to happen, so I'm prepared to help y'all through that. And that brings me to the last thing I want to share. So every month we have a Zoom call for anybody that is in the Unbridled Faith Box program. And this is a call where I'm on it and all of you are on it, and you get to ask me anything you want to, okay? I'm a counselor by profession, a Christian counselor, so bring me your issues, bring me your problems, bring me your challenges, let me answer your questions. And it's really good for other people they're on the call to hear these questions and to hear me answer them, because I can guarantee you a lot of people have the same question. Okay, they need to hear those answers. So the Zoom call is the fourth Monday of every month. So next Monday, we have our Zoom call. So if you haven't joined in a Zoom call, please do. Now, they are at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the fourth Monday of the month. I know that some of you are working then. I know that. But here's the thing. There's never a good time for a Zoom call for everybody. It's just what I've learned over the years. So this is the time that they are. And if you can, by any means, set aside the fourth Monday from 5 to 6 for 1 hour. And if you're out in California, you know that's going to be, what is that, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 3, 4, 4 to 5? Is that 2 o'clock? I got confused. But anyway, you know what time it is. It's, you know, I realize you might be at work. If you can, that 1 hour for that month, if you can set it aside every once in a while, even if it's every once in a while, try to do that, because you'll enjoy the Zoom call, okay? And I don't record them. I know some of you have asked about recording them, and I do that for your privacy and confidentiality, because what we say in the Zoom call stays in the Zoom call, and I don't want a video out there floating around that can get emailed or passed around, or, you know, that wouldn't be very confidential. So, not that anybody would do that, but you know, somebody could hack into your computer. I don't know. So somebody could get on your computer and send it. So just, it's for protection. It's for y'all's protection. Okay. So fun. And listen, I hope to be doing some more live videos on our Facebook page. Bear with me on our private page. I'm doing a lot of behind the scenes things that have to do with your box, but also have to do with finishing up creating the workbooks. And so it's taken up quite a bit of time, but it's totally worth it to do that. And so I love it when y'all post on our Facebook page and you help each other. So keep doing that. Keep that community rolling. We've got some people in our community that are paying attention and responding, and they're doing that because they've been through the program and they're here to help. And so you're going to have encouragement, whether it's me or somebody else giving you that. So stay tuned. And lastly, we have a public page now, okay? And I've been updating it, and it's called Unbridled Faith Box. I think that's what it's called, the Unbridled Faith Box. And it's a public page. So if you type into Facebook, Unbridled Faith, is it Unbridled Faith Box? I just forgot what it's called. I think it is. Well, type in Unbridled Faith Box and see if that comes up, and join it. It's a public page, so it's not private, but you can post. If you don't want people to know you're on there, you can post anonymously. But the reason why I created that page is because there's so many other women out there who don't know that we exist, because you can't share anything from our private page anywhere. And that's the point of a private page. So we need a public page so we can share things. So I want to encourage everybody to jump on over to that page. If for some reason it's not Unbridled Faith Box, then I guess it's just Unbridled Faith and it's a public page. But I should have looked that up before I got on this live. But anyway, I think it's Unbridled Faith Box. So go over there and please join it. And I'm giving you kind of a loose call to action right now, but in the future I'm going to give a more urgent call to action, and there's going to be some fun things associated with that, reasons why you want to go to that page, okay? But for now, it's really to help other women to be able to connect and know that we exist. So it's for y'all and for everybody else, so that we can grow our group. All right, so good to see everybody. And if you're watching the replay, I am praying for y'all, and I take prayer requests. You can message me. You can message me privately and tell me. You can put it on the private page, whatever you want to do. Listen, if you message me privately and I don't respond, it's not because I didn't see it. Okay, if it's a prayer request, I get a lot, and so I'm writing them down and keeping track of them. But I may not respond right away just because I have a lot. But if you're messaging me for another reason and you have a question and I don't respond, message me again. Okay, so that you know, sometimes I'll miss those, and I try to be diligent about if somebody has a question, but message again. Okay. All right. Well, it's so good to see everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful week. And let's do one more thing before we end. I'm going to put this back down. I'm going to put everything back in the box. Y'all hold tight. And then I'm going to try to put everything back in the box. That's going to be hard because I'm wearing half of it. All right, well, here we go. So here's some of the things in the box, and then the other things are what I'm wearing, the kimono and the necklace. Whoops. There it is. I tried. Tried to do it all and hold it all up. Okay, love you guys, and I'll see you soon.